Hey guys, welcome back to the Lion's Den, or the Luke Kale as we call it for now. I hope you guys had a great day, and by great day I mean a consistent day, a day sticking to your plan, a day of success. You know, it's days, good days built onto each other. It's almost like putting a brick in a wall. You know, it's the only way we're going to get there. It's like if you another thing that kind of really just popped into my head. Sometimes you think if I'm putting in 90% today, I'm getting 90% of my results. That's not how this shit works. You need to put in 100% result, 100% on your diet to get the required result. If you're doing 90% of your diet, you're thinking that's 90% success. That is not in results. It's more like 40 or 50% results. What? Yes. So how can you, or how long do you think it'll take you if you have a 90% day 5 times? You know what I'm saying? That's a 40%, 50%, 40%, 50%. So you're getting about half of what you really need. So what pays off? Consistency. It's like a word I always say, I wish I could engrave it in gold, because it's weight in gold. It's like I get excited if I see athletes doing well because they're applying consistency and I can see it. If there's no consistency, I can see it too, you know. It's the one thing as a coach, you have to get used to people lying to you, because you can see they're not on the diet. You know, I've been doing this a while, over 10, almost now 15 years. So if I see people not following the diets, you can't bullshit me, you know, unfortunately. I'm gonna have to sit there and like just take your nonsense or your lies and like, I hope at least this week that individual follows their diet better, you know. Maybe if you're watching this video, maybe if that was you this week or last week, that's not a big deal. You can literally change that tomorrow. Literally change that tomorrow. You won't get there by stumbling into it. We're not going to stumble into success in this game, okay? It's not how it works. Your talent's only going to get you that far. Your genetics only going to get you that far. At the end of the day, anybody can get outworked, you know, if you are not doing what you should be doing. Okay, so the one thing I want to show you guys tonight is a little bit of shoulders. It's something everybody struggles with, so let's get to it. Hey guys, okay, great. So let's have a look at shoulders. The important part, of course, is good form. I think that's a great thing with shoulders. Some people like doing it too heavy. You see people use their, I think they look like they're trying to swim with the way they swing it. It's not what you want to do. The important part you'll see is having the dumbbell by your side, doing side raises. So you see my hand, if you're looking from the side, is like a little bit forward. It's not directly there. There is variations where you can do this. So sometimes you can even see athletes that, in myself, I would do front raises kind of like there. And then right at the end when I'm tired, I'll just do a couple where I do them right there. It just hits the red delts nicely. You'll see that you can kind of feel it. And I've even got variations where some of my more experienced athletes will know about this, where I say about pinkies to the roof, where you're literally lifting it up not high. You'll see I'm kind of, when I bring it out, it's like that high. That's kind of how high you want to go, you know, not too much. People kind of you can't go that high if you kind of have your hands twisted like that. So it's like you're lifting it up that much, you know, or that should be the goal essentially. So the most important part with shoulders, of course, is not to bounce. Use your calves or whatever to bring the weight up. Try not to use momentum. You'll see even people sometimes hanging on machines. The reason for this is it's hard to use momentum. You can even hold onto a, you know, like any kind of machine like this or a frame, and you'll have the dumbbell essentially start light on depending on your strength, of course, you know, starting 2, 4, 6 or so, and then moving up. Nothing heavier than 10 for your warm-ups, and when you're training, I wouldn't advise anything heavier than 20, you know, and 20 is extreme. So that's, I'm assuming you have some experience, you know. So essentially kind of warming up, and then if I'm hanging on the frame like this, then I can use, you see that I comfortably use a side range, kind of a side raise, and then I can even twist it a little bit more, so I've got it in the back there, and I can even twist my tricep, twist my arm a little bit, pull my pinky going to the roof, so I can lift it up a little bit. You can even do this on the cable if you like. Most important part, again, is make sure your form is right. That's something I cannot overstate enough, you know. And then when you're there and you're focused on putting the weight up, kind of imagine you've got like a band and you kind of want to stick it for a moment. So when you have it up, Make sure your elbows and your hands are the same height when you're coming up, and then when you're pulling it up, essentially, let's stick for a moment and then come down. Don't swing it and bounce it, you know. Don't, then it's too heavy. You kind of want to imagine it's like a band that you're pulling, squeezing in the shoulder and then coming back. Squeezing in the shoulder and then coming back, and then once you're a little bit fatigued, you can just bring your arm back a little bit, and then you're doing a couple of reps there, and you'll feel it more on the back. Okay, of course, front delts are like this. There's various ways that people like to do them. You kind of just want to have the bicep not get involved too much, you know, so that's why you kind of turn the hand downwards and inwards. Okay, a little bit of that contraction there at the top. Okay guys, have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.